You're welcome back to the news. The 2023 second ordinary session of the ECOWAS Parliament holding in Abuja has adopted a draft directive on legislation on sexual and reproductive health rights and mandated the Speaker to forward a resolution to the President of the Commission. Princess Ikwi Ajide of our ABS Abuja Bureau has the details.
The draft presented by the Joint Committee on Health, Social Affairs, Gender and Women Empowerment, Trade, Customs and Free Movement, Legal Affairs and Human Rights recognized that sexual and reproductive health contributes to the general balance and well-being of the citizenry. It further recognized that sexual and reproductive health promotes the development of individuals and couples, rational procreation, and improvement of life and personal relationships. The first Deputy Speaker, Idris Wase, who presided the plenary, called on members to lend their voices to support the efforts of the community to adopt a directive to provide guidelines for member states in the area of sexual and reproductive health. Some of the parliamentarians who lent their voices included Honourables Emmanuel Kwasi, Balarabe Salemi, Ladi Ayi, among others, agreed that it is in the best interest of the community to have a harmonized legislation in member states that conforms to international standards on sexual and reproductive health.
We vary in even our own countries, so that we vary in our own families, in our own homes, in our own marital spaces. So coercion and surprises can be considered acceptable in some marriages and not acceptable in certain marriages or vice versa.
That whatever resolution we pass here, whether it is a regulation or directive, we should be clear in our mind the weight upon these two different submissions that was given to us, the referral that was given to us.
Currently, they are using boys, other sex. They are doing homosexuality, and now they are trying to say that we should not give money to our daughters until they reach 18.
The plenary also adopted some other drafts, including draft regulation on the regional electricity market fee of ECOWAS, draft management of health waste in the region, and the draft consolidated budget of the community for the financial year 2024, among others. In Abuja, Princess Ikwi Ajide reporting.
Anambra State Association of Orphaned and Vulnerable Children have called on the state government to enforce the Violence Against Persons Prohibition VAPP law, which is said as capable of providing the needed succor to women and girls, survivors of violence, if implemented to the latter. The group also called on the state government through the legislature to give priority attention to the bill on the domestication of HIV and AIDS Anti-Discrimination Act of 2014 in order to create a safe society for all. Joseph Ebocha filed on this report taken from here.
Issued at the end of the event to mark the 7th day of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence against women and girls. The group, which established the interrelationship between GBV and HIV, said it is compelled to raise voices against pervasive issues of sexual and gender-based violence within Anambra communities. The communique, read by the coordinator of Anambra State Association of Orphaned and Vulnerable Children, Mrs. Onyeka Udebunam, represented by the secretary, Ugochi Freeman, called for continued support and enhancement of the Intasi Center, a sexual assault referral center domiciled in Enugu General Hospital, which plays a crucial role in providing timely and sensitive assistance to survivors of sexual assault. In her remark, the Anambra State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ifio Binabo, said the state government, through her ministry, is using gender-based violence integrated response to support the fight to end HIV/AIDS by 2030, adding that community-led responses are key to achieving the set goal.
Today, as we mark the World AIDS Day through the Unite campaign, bringing to the fore the interrelationship of GBV, that's gender-based violence, and HIV, as they have been shown to be interwoven with high level of endangering of HIV, where many experts in HIV response has repeatedly said that the effect of HIV is highest on women and girls, while GBV has been mentioned as a key driver of HIV.
Represented by her Administrative Secretary, Mr. Innocent Udogu, the Women and Social Welfare Commissioner noted that the goal of ending HIV and AIDS by 2030 is crucial, and integrating gender-based violence into the response is critical because gender-based violence is a significant driver of HIV/AIDS epidemic. Participants at the event, including Pastor Osinachi Baruko from Assemblies of God Church, Oka District, and President of Anambra State Widows Association, Mrs. Uju Izuako, say they have been well equipped to commence aggressive campaign to achieve the objective of ending HIV/AIDS.
I'm making it a point of duty to bring this down to the people down here to make sure that the information about gender-based violence is well publicized and disseminated.
The Anambra State Coordinator, VAPP Implementation Committee, and Southeast Deputy National Coordinator, Association of Orphaned and Vulnerable Children, Mrs. Uju Onyendilefa, the Executive Director of Anambra State AIDS Control Agency, ANSACA, Mr. John Bosco Ementa, represented by Mr. Ifeanyi Okediachi, as well as Josephine Ona for Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption ROLAC program, tended also the delivery message at the event, supported by ROLAC 2, ANSACA, among others. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS.